Hello guys, my name is Marco. Hope you guys like this lighting setup. I wish I could have gotten another light to be over here, but I can't really find the connections to that light, which is getting me mad, but whatever. Today I decided to make it feel like it's Halloweenish, so that's why it's a little bit dark. So there's that. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to make a Halloweenish bow tie. What I mean by this is that make a bow tie that looks like a bat, and also I'm gonna be making the Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Skellington bow tie, because I know that bow tie looks pretty cool, but I felt that, you know what, the one that you see in the film, it's great, it works well with Jack Skellington, but translate that into real life, it looks really long, really big, really exaggerated. I wonder if I can make it to look a little bit more minimalistic. You know, something that will look actually not overly exaggerated, which I like the bow tie that he has by no means, but I just felt that if I could do it like a different way, if there was anything like that. So I decided to make it. Now the first one is how to make a bat one. So the first thing I did is that I grabbed, it's a piece of paper, and I folded to the side. Now here's the thing, I folded like it was like a book. Not like it was like a long burrito, more like a book sort of. Now the reason I'm doing this because I'm actually gonna draw the outline. Now in the link in the description I will have the outline of all of these things I'm gonna be doing, so you guys can get it, and it's gonna be my Divine Art, because that's where I can upload outlines, so you guys can download it. That's the only place that I know of that you could do that, so there's that. Yeah. So there's that. So the first thing I did is that I kind of sketched out a side of it. Now once I got done sketching that side of it, I actually ended up cutting it out. Now once I cut it out, I got this sort of a paper. Now this right here, here's the thing, you could do it fabric, or you could do it with many different ways, but fabric, it will work, but it needs to be a very thick fabric in order to work. The material that I have here, this is more like a small little rectangle mat that I got at a Goodwill, at a thrift store. It's one of those mats that you put down the table, and then you put a plate, and then you put forks and all that stuff. That's what it's supposed to be. I found it on black, and I thought that was gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, I got that. Now you could go to a fabric store and actually find this type of material. It's more like a leatherish plastic type. So there's that, if you guys see the clip. So there's that. Then after I got that, I used this, which is called a white jelly roll. Now the white jelly roll is more like a pen that comes out a white. It's more like that, more like a marker, ink, or something like that. I don't know exactly. But here's the thing, if you do use that, it will get smudged out, so you really need to be careful. Now also, on this one right here in particular, the one that I have, there's a matte side and there's a glossy side. I sketched it out on the glossy side because I want the matte side to be shown. So after I traced out that, also you can also use a pen, because when you add pressure to it, it actually creates like sort of like, you can just use anything that you want, like really, as long as you're able to see the line. So after that I cut it out, and there you go. Now here's the thing, I did make a mistake on this one that I want to mention, is that on the end of it, I made the part really skinny and more like far away distance. If it makes any sense, I'll put pictures right here. That's the way, that was my mistake. Okay, so what I recommend, here's the thing, if you're going to be making out of this type of leather, you will need to make it of a decent size. Now if you would gonna be able to make it out of fabric, then you will need to make that gap, you need to make much more larger, because if you don't, it's not gonna look that great. So there's that. Once I cut it out, I came up with something like this. So there's that. So now what I did is that I'm using a glue gun, which I don't like. Glue gun will work, but the problem is that it's not gonna last forever. It will disglue, if I will say, like, it's not gonna glue anymore, it's not gonna paste anymore at a period of time. So there's that. So I put a smaller dab, and then I just pushed it like this, and then after that I just hold it like that. Once I got done, I cut a strip of that exact same, you know, fabric or plastic leather that I got a strip, and then I glued it from the back and made a kind of like a curved thing, and I cut out the excess one and I glued that, and that's how I ended up making the bat bow tie. Now we're gonna get to the Jack Skellington. Jack Skellington, this is how it looks like. If you guys are wondering how I cut that, I did the same thing as what I did with the bat one. I sketched out everything like that. If you want, there's a link in the description to an outline of it to my department. You do need to scale it though, so make sure you think about it. Or you can also do your own. Just this, remember, this gap right here is important, because if you don't take care of that, you're probably not gonna turn out that great. So now what I'm gonna do, okay, now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna paint the lines that the bow tie from Jack Skellington has. Now, to me, I use this cheap ass paint that I got for like 50 cents to $1, something like that, are at a Michael's or arts and crafts store, whatever, Walmart, where they sell those. It's just that cheap kind. I would recommend, if you want this to be good, if you want this to be much more presentable, I would recommend something much more better. And then I also use this cheap ass paintbrush. Make sure you use a really small little bit of paintbrush if you want to go that route. You can also mask it out, and you can, like, once you mask it out, you can spray paint if you want to. That's a lot of options there, but I just went with this. So there's that. So one thing that I would say is that the first line on top is a medium size. The one in the middle is more like a little smaller, and on the bottom is the largest one. That's how it is. So there's those. That's how the line is, okay? Right after I got done that, I did the same thing with the bat one. I glued it in the middle and I kind of closed it down. Now once that got dried, once all of those things got dried, there's this thing that I also did, is that the thing that wrapped it around it, I did not use the exact same material as I used with the rest of the thing, because I want it to be really thin, because I was gonna add, well, the bat or cat or whatever, I think it's a bat, yeah, it is a bat, I guess, yeah, the bat face right there. So what I used this product. Now this product I bought at Walmart is this black elastic this elastic string thing. That thing looks pretty cool. So I with the glue gun, I pasted it in the back and then wrapped it around and glued the other side. Not paste, I mean glued. And after that, cut out the excess. So after I got done doing all of that, okay, now it's time for me to glue in the bat's face. Now here's the thing, the reason why I didn't roll it around with the same material is because I wanted that to be thinner, and also since I was gonna add the bat's face, you were not going to see it. Now also I will say this, you could also use the exact same material if you want to. So there's that. Do you really need to wrap it around something? I feel like you don't, but I just did it just because that's how ties they have that. So now that I think about it, I think you don't need to, because it's gonna cover all of it. So in reality, I feel like you don't need to buy it. You could just paste the bat's head. Now, like I said in the description, there's a link so you guys can get the outlines of it. Now here's the thing, the bat is just very simple. I just cut it out, did the same thing, just with the paper, glued it in there, and then yeah, and that's what I did. Now I am gonna be doing the eyes, but I just didn't do this for this video. But the eyes seems to be straightforward, simple, you know how they are. So there's that. Also, doing it without the eyes actually looks kind of cool, my personal opinion. So there's that. So right after that, one of the things that you could do, okay, is with the glue gun, is glue a little bit on the back and add one of those pins. Those pins that you normally will use, like a lot of girls use them for like to pin their hair, to put flowers or something. You get that, and then you can just like put it right here, you know, on your dress shirt, so it can actually look like it's a what's it called? It's a bow tie, and you just like snap on. You could do that, glue that, or you could just do a bunch of stuff. So there's that. Yeah, so I decided to make this. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it came out pretty cool. Actually, really am happy about it. So hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is one of many Halloween videos that I'm doing. So hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys later. Bye.